Hey y'all. So, this is what was really going on with the mother growing up when she was acting like I was the loosest person in the world. She is a narcissist. I also believe that there's a strong possibility that she's either a sociopath or a psychopath. I think she's leaning more towards sociopathy, in my humble opinion. She's really, really, really off. And she was sadistic in addition to that. She knew that she intimidated me because I was a little kid and she's going to act like I'm King Kong and you're just an ant and I can step on you anytime I see fit. She never said it, but she knew I was scared of her because she was crazy and violent and beat me all the time. And I wasn't a bad kid. I never was a bad kid, unlike one of her sons, but we won't go there. Anyway, so she was acting like I was loosey goosey, that I was getting it up, getting it on with people to the point where I was bow legged. Meanwhile, I was a virgin. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't know how you could be a virgin whore, but in her mind, I was. So what was really going on with her is she was hypersexual and she was pushing her sins off on me. My grandma caught her when she was married to the father. She caught her sitting in her father-in-law's lap with her arms around his neck. I don't know if my grandmother ever said anything, but I know she caught that. The mother was also sexually involved with my grandmother's nephew, Teddy. And I asked my uncle, well, how do you know? He's like, because I went to Teddy's house and Teddy's coming down the stairs buttoning his shirt up and she's coming downstairs with her hair all kind of ways. Pretty obvious what was going on there. They were not watching TV. Okay. She's also flashed my uncle before. She had a bathrobe on with nothing underneath it and she flashed it in front of my uncle, basically advertising her wares. Because toxic people cannot, and she is a narcissist, she's a sadistic narcissist, but she's more than that. But anyway, because they can't handle shame and embarrassment of their own behavior, what they do, the shame is a mountain to them. It's like Mount Everest. They cannot handle the shame, any embarrassment or any shame. So what they are notorious for doing is pushing their shame off on other people and basically accusing them of what they are actually doing. Those of you who have dealt with disordered people, whether they're narcissistic or more than that, or disordered in some other way, you know that they accuse you of what they're actually doing. They will accuse you of cheating. They will act like you cannot be trusted. They will act, let me see your cell phone, unlock your phone for me because I don't think you're being faithful to me. Meanwhile, they are cheating their behinds off. Not all narcissists do this, but it is not uncommon for it to be done. They are going to accuse you of what they are in fact doing. Meanwhile, she's being promiscuous with all these different men, and that's only the men that I know of. God only knows what she was doing behind the scenes with whoever and whatever. I don't know, okay? But she obviously had no boundaries when it came to that, but she acted like me being a virgin was despicable. Like, you're slutting around, you better not come up in here pregnant. I'm not you. I wish I could have said that. I wished I could have said, I'm not you. But I didn't know that she was being flirty with my father-in-law. I didn't know she was trying to seduce my uncle. I didn't know that she was involved with my grandma's nephew. Meanwhile, you got me spreading like peanut butter for every Tom, Dick, Harry, Sally, Sue, everybody. I'm just wild. The wildest virgin y'all ever knew. It's so ridiculous when you say it out loud. It's so freaking ridiculous. I am the most promiscuous virgin you ever saw. Heifer, please. Wow. And for as mean as she is, and as sadistic as she was a nurse. And I feel for her patients because, my mind's got to go there. It's got to go there. I start wondering, did she ever do anything on purpose to sneakily hurt her patients? Did she ever do so? And I'll never know the answer to that. I would never know the answer to that. Never. Wow. And here's a twist. She worked at a drug clinic where she would give methadone to, people that are addicted to drugs. She also worked at a facility that housed the criminally insane. One of them was working there. Because she's nuts. She is off her freaking rocker. And she was working with the criminally insane. Not only that, quit laughing, y'all. Not only that, but she also lived on a street called Bellevue in New Haven, Connecticut. Bellevue is the name of a psych hospital. The irony. The total irony. Okay. She was slutting around big time. I was a virgin. I had a lot of people say to me, and I never understood it. A lot of people knew, because I told them, you asked me what happened to my arm, I'm going to tell you that I got stabbed, and she pretended she didn't know what was going on. And a lot of people said, she's jealous of you. I said, why? And I was on the page of materialistic, like not materialistic, but she's got a beautiful home. She's got a job that pays really well. She's got a beautiful car. What the hell is she jealous of me for? It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with, you could go to school. You could get your education. You can get all the nice things. But if you're lacking in your spirit, we're going to have church up in here today. Not church, but church. Okay? If you are lacking in your spirit, you could go to every college in the country and you still going to be lacking. Oh, damn. Did I go there? Yes, I did. That is the reason why mothers can't stand their daughters. Narcissistic mothers can't stand their daughters. They can't stand that you are young, vibrant, you've got a cute little body when you're growing up. Of course, we get curvier as we get older. That's what women do. We get curvier? Okay. But she might be envious because your body looks so cute and she hasn't looked like that in a real long time. Envious of the fact that, you have a light in there's a light inside of you that the toxic person has never experienced. And they cannot purchase it. They cannot get a degree that will give them that. There is not a damn thing they could do to put a flame inside of them, so have them radiate from the inside out. Some people have that naturally. That's why I consider it an honor when animals trust me. Wild animals trust me. Because they don't feel intimidated by me. They're not scared of me or anything. I told you the other night, that owl was close enough for me to see the details in his or her face. I was not a threat. There's times I've been on the water and I've seen a bird. Honey, that bird was so close to me. I saw under his wings, I saw all the colors and everything. And I floated by. I didn't say a word. I just studied him. He was only a few feet away from me. He didn't take off. He didn't freak out. He was just like, cool. What's up? Okay. I consider that an honor when animals do that, when they trust you. Another time, and I'm on a little tangent right now, but another time I saved a baby bunny from these feral cats that were in the neighborhood. And I went outside and I was babysitting my coworkers' kids. And I went outside and I went off on those cats. I said, leave him alone. I mean, I went nuts. And I'm squatting on the ground. You know how you squat? Your butt's not on the ground, but you're kind of hovering. You're squatting down. The rabbit went underneath me because it knew she's going to protect me. She is protecting me. So I'm going to go with her. It's always an honor for animals to trust you. It's always an honor for them to see that you're not a threat. It's always an honor for them to see that light inside of you. But when a person sees that and they're toxic, they can't stand you. If you look good, you got a great smile, you've got beauty inside of you, you've got that glow inside of you, that they have done everything in their power to destroy that. And they never did. That makes them angry too. Now, if I had become a loser and a criminal and drug addicted and just an overall loser, she would have a sense of pride about that, because that would make her one up me. I was a professional and she's a drug head. Ha! I always knew I was better than her, but that never happened to me. She tried. Oh, God, she tried to destroy me, and it never worked. It makes them angry. So if you're in a position where, especially your daughter and your mother can't stand you because she's off her rocker, baby, that's not you, that's her. That's her insecurities. And she sees something in you that she's never had, and it makes her mad because there's nothing she could do to get it. You could have every degree in the world, if that were ever possible, and you're going to still be deficient. Damn. Okay? So don't take that personally. Don't. You keep glowing and let your light shine. You know, God protects his children. No matter what the demons try to do, God's got us. He's got our back. So don't worry about nothing. You, do your life. You don't owe toxic parents anything. If they're evil and hateful, honey, cut them off. I used to not tell people that. I used to just leave it up to them. But I'm telling you to cut them off. You cannot heal in the same space that you were hurt in and continue to be hurt in. You cannot heal in that space because the dysfunction continues and continues and continues, and the mind bend continues and the accusations and the deliberately picking fights with you and false accusations and on and on and on. The only way that you can completely start your healing journey is to cut them loose, because they will always feed you poison. That's never going to stop as long as they have breath in their body. They'll never change. And I told you this before. Parents and you being related to them is science only. It is biology. It is science. That is all. Okay? We don't owe them for that. We don't owe them. We just don't. I mean, we just simply do not. I don't have to honor somebody who hates my guts. I don't have to honor someone who hates me. I don't. And I don't feel bad about it. And I don't have to deal with them. And it's great. I don't have to get my mind twisted the minute I pick up the phone to talk to my brother and she happens to answer the phone and I got to deal with accusations right out the gate. I ain't talked to you in how many years and you already jumping in my world? Nah, we ain't doing that no more. You done? I'm done. I'm the boss, applesauce. I'm the boss of my life. Hell no. I'm done with your stupid nonsense, your shenanigans, your mental mind bend, your jealousy of me. I will always be better than you. And I'm not saying that in a way of, in a narcissistic way. Y'all know I'm not a narcissist. Thank you, Jesus. But I am better than her because I'm not sadistic and vicious and mean. And I get off on trying to destroy anyone who comes into my path, especially if they're related to me. I'm not that kind of person. So I will always be better than her. Now, could a person go to therapy and get medication and make a positive change and, become a better person despite being disordered in their head? Yes. Do they bother most of the time? No. Lee Hammock did it with mental illness, Ness, S as in Sam Healness. He did it. He apologized to everybody he's hurt. You think you're going to find a narcissist who does that? Hell no. He's a diamond in the rough. He wants us to be healthy. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to cut strings from people who are toxic. And he makes it his life mission as a diagnosed narcissist. He makes it his life mission to teach us about narcissistic abuse and to recognize the signs and how to heal from it. Most disordered people are cocky, arrogant, defiant. They will be on their deathbed with an attitude. They may not say the words, I'll go to hell, I don't care. They may not say those words, but their attitude says it loud and clear. And if that's that's what they want at the end of their life, well, hey, you go for it. But this child right here, me, I'm not trying to do none of that. Last place you want to be arrogant is on your deathbed. But hey, that's just me. Okay? That's just me. But anyway, I love you guys. Stay narc free. And if your family is trying to drive you insane, honey, break out them big, huge scissors and cut them completely off. You cannot heal in the same space that you keep being hurt in. Love you bunches. Talk to you later. Bye.